Okay, okay. From kind of warm Southern California, it's the Suzanne Summers Show.
Yay!
And here she is.
The one clap.
Oh, I got a
It's like my
snort.
worst nightmare.
I got a Chrissy snort out of her.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It is the. I think we're in the desert weather now. I think today's the day.
Well, you never know. You never
But
know.
it's that chill in the air, and there's no snow in the mountains today for the first time in weeks. So I think.
You know, a lot of folks don't understand that oftentimes when it's 90 here, the mountains are covered in snow.
I know. It's so
And
beautiful.
it's great. I love driving up there with you. It's like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I tried to convince you last year to, it was the two of us, fresh snow on top of a mountain overlooking the world. And I said, if it were me, I would take off my clothes other than my snow boots and go running in the fresh snow. But you didn't feel the same way about it that I did.
Did you want me to do that, or you wanted you to do that?
No, I wanted you to do it.
Oh, I'll go up there and do that if you do that. Run naked through the snow, Al. I'm fine.
I'd be happy.
Photograph the whole thing.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Stephen, I remember.
Yeah. Okay, I'd be happy to do it.
Years ago when I can't remember how old I was, and I said to Stephen, so when I'm 70 years old, I want you to take because Stephen was a photographer in a former life.
I want you to put, Suzanne, you put your arm around Richard. Richard, give us a thumbs up. And she knew exactly what she wanted from everyone. It was the most incredible photo shoot I've ever been on. Usually they drag on for hours and hours and
And
hours.
10 minutes later, we're in our car going home.
It was my punchline.
Okay.
So is tonight one of these nights that no matter what story I start, you're gonna
Well, it wasn't. No,
finish?
no. It wasn't a punchline. It wasn't a ha ha ha
No,
punchline.
but it was. Maybe I had a better way of tying. It was fine. It was
But you
fine.
know
I
what?
don't care. I don't care.
But you know what?
I don't care.
We both had the same reaction to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ordinary things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love working with pros, and she's the consummate professional. So in our new house, which I'm looking at right now, there's one big white wall in the great room, and I'm going to put that big blow up in color of the cast of American Graffiti. I don't put pictures up of myself around the house. I'm not one of those people, but that's just such a cool picture. It was such a cool picture.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do. That's my art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
I just want to say that before you all came, I just finished a banana, peanut butter, chocolate, almond milk, gut renew, unbelievable smoothie. Alan's having one too. This is Caroline's recipe. It's so great. I don't really like to have it in the morning, but you know how mid-afternoon you get kind of, you don't want a meal, but you're still hungry, and my stomach was growling. So I just had one. Wow, is it so good. So I have to tell you a little story, and then we'll finish, and then we'll go into this cornucopia of color here. So my assistant Julie's mother works at a hospital. I think it's Cedars-Sinai, and maybe she doesn't work there anymore. She used to work there, but she was out, and I think it was Cedars-Sinai, and I could be wrong about that, but those things aren't relevant to the story. And like a doctor or a male nurse in uniform, you know, in the scrubs.
Okay, just let me interrupt for a moment, okay? Because Donna Green said, Al, stop interrupting.
Thank you, Donna Green. Thanks. Right. Can I just finish the sentence?
Okay,
So,
I won't interrupt.
So Julie's mother is standing at the elevator, and up comes this doctor-looking guy or male nurse, and he's holding, honest to God, a bag of gut renew. And Julie's mother said, "Oh, I'm aware of that product." And the doctor or male nurse guy said, "This has saved my life." And then, wow. I mean, small. Nobody knew anything. It was a small world. And then this guy in our office, he gave his mother for her birthday a bag of this because she's always complaining about her gut. She now ordered offline and online, and she told her son, who works for us, "This has saved my life." I'm hearing this all the time. I've never had any response. None of us have had. All our products get great response, but the gut renew, I don't know. If it was the era of infomercials, we would do a big campaign, but it doesn't need to be. Word of mouth is the most potent way of people finding out about something great. So all of you who've been helped by gut renew, ask, if you can do a comment. You're going to tell 10 people, and when they have the success, they're going to tell 10 people who are going to tell 10 people who are going to tell 10 people. And that's the best way to get information out. But wasn't that incredible, Caroline?
Unbelievable.
Small
I'm
world.
not surprised
Yeah.
because that's just the reaction everyone's having.
Yeah. So, and I've got a flat stomach for the first time in years.
But I wish your stomach were a little less flat.
Isn't he perfect?
Not sort of, balloony.
He likes a little bit of belly on with
Right.
Is
Absolutely.
he perfect or what? Tell me he's
Absol-
perfect. He's perfect. My only flaw right now is I don't have that little bit of belly. I'll get it.
Okay.
I'll get it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
we had told you guys that Suzanne was going to be on Dr. Oz on Friday because he wanted to do a segment on gut renew with Suzanne. It's actually going to be Monday.
Oh, really?
It is next Monday at 9 a.m. We've just been told.
Okay.
So we will post that as soon as we have the information.
Now, when they, is this the show that I've been on live in New York? On I think it's NBC, or is it online?
No, this is
No,
Dr. Oz.
It's live. It's Dr.
Okay,
Oz.
great.
Monday.
Dr. Oz and I
You know,
are
last
such
year-
good friends.
They,
We get together from the moment we see one another. We just like each other so much, and it's like that every single time. And then he and I gave a kind of a, not a show, but a seminar, but not a seminar, not a speech, but anyway, we made an appearance at a mall in Florida. And it's one of those malls where there's the bottom floor, but then there's layer after layer after layer of floors, like maybe 7 floors high. And we were on a little stage in the middle of the mall. Every layer was packed with people. There must have been, I don't want to exaggerate, 30,000 people, Alan, more? I mean, it was packed.
I don't think it was that big, but it was huge.
Packed. And then afterwards, we went over to his house. He lives on the beach, and he has mold. I told him. People in Florida, if you live on the water there because of the humidity, there's a lot of mold, and I don't know if people realize the devastating effects of mold. But anyway, after I told him that, he said, "Yeah, thanks. That's about a $100,000 suggestion to get this out." But I know he would. I know, because it gets into your.
Well, we know
it's like
about
Little
mold.
Shop of Horrors, you know.
Right, we know about
It
mold.
wriggles
It took
in
us
and out.
years to get rid of our mold.
Yeah, you got it bad.
Right, and that
Violet
ain't good.
And
Yeah.
Violet got it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Camellia.
And Camellia got it bad. Right. And it takes years to get mold out of your body. Years. And can you ever get it all out? I don't know. My cancer doctor, Gonzalez, the late Dr. Gonzalez, who I will miss my whole life, when Alan got mold, he said, "Why aren't you sending Alan to me?" I said, "Because you're a cancer doctor." He said, "Half my patients are mold patients." I said, "Really? Why?" He said, "When you look at them under a microscope, it's almost the same kind of organism, and I treat them the same way." He said, "You got to detox them out of the body and then feed that body right so that the mold doesn't have an opportunity to proliferate again." And you went on, Gonzalez, and you had great success with it.
That's
Anyway,
true.
Al had his toes done this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alan, can you just show the sign while we're just transitioning into
Certainly.
the deal for the day?
Certainly. 25% off all the nail products. Promo code SPRING25.
Look at all those
Okay.
gorgeous spring colors you have out.
I was looking today at this section in here. I think this is peony, and this is flamingo, and this is melon, and this is no, this is melon, and this is, my eyes are so bad, papaya. Yeah, papaya, and this is tangerine. Look at those colors right there. I want to lick them. They're so beautiful. And then Alan,
They're such Suzanne toe colors. I mean,
my toes, yeah,
I've been looking at your toes now for
30 years.
almost 35 years.
Yeah.
And
The world's
if
longest
there's a
toes.
Suzanne toe color, it is in there.
When you have toes as long as mine, your pedicure is very important, because otherwise people will just look at your long toes. I was mortified by my toes as in grammar school, because they just, I found that the things that we obsess about when we're little kids, and I just was so embarrassed of having such long toes, and they would call me the monkey and prehensile and all that. My husband still calls me prehensile, but it makes me laugh now today. Anyway, I do have very long toes, but I have long arms and long legs and a short torso. I'm not a tall person, but I appear tall on camera because of the length of my limbs, and my toes are just an expression of that. So I love our nail polish. I'll read to you what's not in it. Don't you want to know what's not in it?
10 toxin free.
Yeah, no formaldehyde. It's amazing we even have to say there's no formaldehyde. That's what you embalm dead bodies with. There's no toluene. That's bad stuff. There's no DBT, dibutyl phthalate. It's chemical poison. No formaldehyde resin, because it's not enough just to put formaldehyde. No camphor. No trifluene phosphate, TPHP. No xylene. No ethyl I don't know how to say that. Toslamide epoxy resin. Doesn't sound good, does it?
What is
Yeah.
it? How do you pronounce it?
Toslamide epoxy.
Oh.
You just know it's bad. No parabens, I know that's bad. No gluten. I mean, that's what's not in it. Is there any more over here? No. So, I'd like to say there's no chemicals at all, but it's so little, it's negligible. And there are a couple of things that you can't make nail polish without, so we had to put that in, but we took all the big offenders out. And I know I've read many articles about manicurists who deal in the regular kind of nail polish and toe polish and acrylics and all those things. They're having trouble with fertility, and they're having trouble carrying full term. A lot of miscarriages and things. What happens in your body? What's in your body that interrupts with nature's job, which is the perpetuation of the species, of reproduction? We all walked into this stuff. We figured if it was for sale, it had to be okay, because the FDA wouldn't let us buy it if it wasn't safe, because they're in there on everything. It's amazing the amount of chemicals that we are all exposed to on a daily basis. I told you last week about my highly sensitive C-reactive protein test, HS small, capital CRP. That measures your inflammation. Mine came back as low as it can be, which means all this stuff I do, and I have the organic skincare, and the organic hair care, the organic color cosmetics. We clean with toxic-free organic household cleaners. There's no chemicals up here. It's working. It's working, and I have such gratitude about that. So I tell you all that so that you'll know that. Okay, you go. So what? Nail polish. I can get that down at the drugstore. Not like this. Not like this.
This is organic. Well, it's almost organic. There was one thing in there that we had to put in.
Yeah, we can't. It's just like you can't do organic on nail polish.
Right.
Like to have paint and lacquer, it's impossible. So that's why it's called 10 toxin free, because Suzanne took out the worst stuff in there.
And the nail polish remover. Because I'm dyslexic, is it no acetone or acetate?
There's no acetone.
Acetone. That's the bad stuff. There's none in this. And so you got it going pretty good here. And then when you want to get your cuticle.
And shockingly, that nail polish remover works just as
Yeah.
well as the one that
Yeah.
burns your eyes and your nose when
Yeah.
you open it up.
And it makes you think, why did they put it in there? I know.
I don't know.
I know because of Alan. Alan is a delicate flower. He's sensitive to everything that is not organic and natural, and,
including toxic people.
Including toxic people.
Yeah.
But he, when I used regular nail polish remover before we had this, all of a sudden he'd go, "What are you doing?"
Those are grounds for divorce.
You would never.
Same with Violet.
Same thing.
I could be downstairs, and if she was upstairs in her room, I'd hear this, "Mom." She could smell it.
Yeah. So could he.
And she'd ask me, she's like, I can't be in here.
Yeah.
I would literally have to go outside to do my nails.
Yeah. It's too bad, but it's also lucky that there are the Allens and the Violets in the world who, by their sensitivity, it reminds all of us of,
yeah, and you have so many people jumping in saying this nail polish remover works better
yeah.
than the other ones.
Well, I'm 100% happy with it. I couldn't be happier. And then, my manicurist uses my coconut oil. Lori, my manicurist, because it works great, but also, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I would say,
cuticles and to keep your hands soft and moisturized.
and while you're at it, throw some on your nails and on your.
I am your default manicurist.
You are.
I did your nails one day.
He did. When I came out of the hospital, and I looked at my nails, and I went, and he said, "I'll do them." I said, "You will?" He did the whole thing.
Yep.
He filed them.
Bottom coat.
He did the bottom coat.
Then I did 2 coats of the color.
It's so sweet.
Then I did a top coat. and then I looked at them and thought, magnifique.
And know what's in our base coat? You want to get our base coat for the base coat and also as your top coat. Lavender extract, ginseng root extract, calcium fluoride, all good stuff, and nothing that can harm you, but strengthens your nails.
Spring
So,
25.
Yeah. Is today the first day of spring?
No,
The people that write me
Yesterday.
happy spring.
yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. Huh. Nice.
It was a glorious day.
Yeah. Well, it sure is here. Just beautiful.
Yeah, this is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Huh?
Sing it out.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So I knew him really well.
You knew Mr. Rogers?
Really well.
How did you know that?
We met in the early
Was he
'60s. No. We met in the early 60s. I was doing a kid show and he was doing his show. This was in Toronto. And the doors of our studios were literally 10 feet apart. So if I walked out in the hall and he did at the same time, we met. So I would see him pretty much every day.
Was he as sweet as he seemed?
He was unbelievably, I don't know how to describe him. He's one of the purest men I've ever known.
Is he still with us?
No.
When did he pass?
He was a pastor. I think he had,
No, when did he pass?
I think just a few years ago. You know, there was a rumor circulating that he was in Vietnam during the war and he was a sniper and he took down a number of the enemy and he was all tattooed. I don't think that was true at all. I
Sure
can't.
seems out of character.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Sure seems out of
Yeah,
character.
I can't imagine that. But what a sweet man.
Yeah.
He meant it. And who you saw on television is who he was.
I think when you tell the truth, I've said this before, it's mesmerizing. And the
Yeah.
people who succeed are the people who tell the truth. Speaking of that, and it has nothing to do with it, but we're going to post this next week. I've been around so long that I'm starting to get people sending me things that I've done from the past. And I don't know if you all realize this, but I was discovered by Johnny Carson in a commissary at NBC Burbank. What year was that, Alan?
That was 1973.
73. I had heard that there was a guest starring part on a show called Lots of Luck with Dom DeLuise, and it described me. The description was, small town girl, doesn't know who she is and doesn't know what she looks like. And I was young and small town, but smart enough to go, that's so me. And I thought, I'm going to go on this interview because then I get to, have Alan pick me up at the airport and spend the night with him. And it was really all about, it was not about the part or anything, it was all about just being with Alan Hamill. So, when you don't know anything, you don't know anything. And so I told Alan I have an interview at NBC Burbank at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. And he didn't ask me how or anything, and I didn't know that you needed an age. I didn't know anything. Ignorance is bliss. And so I flew to Los Angeles. I don't know how I got together the $23, but times were tough then, but I got it. And I was so excited to see Alan. He picked me up in his green Cadillac convertible, and we had that great kiss in the car when you haven't seen for so long. Oh my God, it was so great. And he takes me to NBC, and the guard at the gate says, why are you here? And I said, I'm here for the Dom DeLuise show. And he went, oh, okay, you can park over there.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen today.
No, but
Today you'd have to do a blood test.
Right, but then, bluff becomes, I wasn't bluffing actually, I was going to say bluff becomes reality, but ignorance is bliss. And so I go in to the interview, and I don't know anything. I haven't been on an interview like this. This is big time, and I look at all these girls who are in the waiting room, and they're all looking like me, but much better looking. And then I see them go up to the receptionist, sign in, and then the receptionist gives them a script. So I went in and I signed in, and the receptionist gave me a script. So my turn came up, and they called me in. And when I finished, Sam Denoff, who is an incredible comedy writer that I eventually got to work with many, many years later, I finished, and he said, very nice. And I thought, I know, I'm exactly what I didn't say this, but I'm thinking, I'm exactly what you're looking for. I'm a small town girl, I don't know who I am, and I don't know what I look like. He said, I'm gonna give you a call back. And I said, oh, thanks. So I go out to receptionist girl and I said, I have a call back. She said, oh, good for you. And I said, what is that? And she said, they're gonna call you back. I said, when? She said, I don't know. I said, yeah, like today? She said, well, yeah, today. I said, where do I go? And now I'm her problem and I'm irritating her. She goes, I don't know. Why don't you go wait in the commissary? Words that changed my life. Why don't you go wait in the commissary? So I go to the commissary. Alan's in the parking lot over there. So I'm just waiting in the commissary for my call back. And I'm the only one there. Maybe there are other people, but it was virtually empty because it's around 2 in the afternoon and lunch is over. And all of a sudden I go, oh my God, there's Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson just walked into the commissary. Oh my God, oh my God. Is Johnny Carson walking over to me? And he walks over to me. Can you imagine? I'm, 20 years old? And he says, hey, little lady, what are you doing here? And I said, I have a call back. Because now I've got lingo. And I said, it's for Dom DeLuisio. He goes, oh, Dom's a good friend of mine. Now I'm trying to talk to him like we're old chums. And he said, well, I hope you get it. He's a good guy. And I didn't have an 8x10 or anything, but I did have, because also in 1973, I wrote my first book of poetry and had my picture on the front. And I thought, that'll do as an 8x10. I just handed it to him, almost shoved it in his face. And he said, thanks. And that was Wednesday. Friday night of that week, 2 days later, I was booked on The Tonight Show. I didn't have a dress. I went out and wrote a bad check for a dress to wear that was suitable for The Tonight Show, $75. But when you're, 20 years old, everything looks good on you. And I'm standing behind that famous curtain that we all used to watch every night. And I'm thinking, God, they must really love my poetry. And then I hear Johnny say, well, we've all been wondering who the mysterious blonde in the Thunderbird is. And I realized on the back flap of my book, I only had 1 credit, and that was it.
No, you didn't get the credit.
Well,
you weren't even.
No, but I gave myself the credit on the
Correct.
back of my book.
Correct.
Because I had not done anything else.
Amazing they didn't give you a credit in the movie.
I know. And so I guess they read that, and he said, we've all been wondering who the mysterious blonde in the Thunderbird is. Well, we found her. Ladies and gentlemen, Suzanne Summers. And the curtain opens. I hadn't even seen the movie. I couldn't afford to go to the movie. And the audience goes, woo! And I was in shock. Just in shock, because I didn't know this movie was a big deal. I didn't know it was the #1 movie in the country. I didn't know anything. And I sit down, and man, did we get along. And so this piece I'm going to post on my Facebook in the next week or so, we just have to edit out the commercials, is after having been doing Johnny Carson's show for 12 years, the repartee between Johnny and I is so right. I always say there's 3 men that I think are amazing, starting with Alan Hamel. Next is Johnny Carson, third is Frank Sinatra. They all have exactly the same thing. The difference being that Alan Hamel has all the humor and all the quick quips and the repartee, and he was the Johnny Carson of Canada, and he's got everything that they've all got, except the absolute kindness and loyalty, and I think you are the most magnificent man I've ever known in my whole life.
Wow.
But that's a good category to be in, but those are 2 other cool men. And Johnny started having me on his show every month. And in the first year, my little book of poetry called Touch Me, I don't know if you can still get it, maybe on eBay or something, became the #1 best-selling book of poetry in America, along with another poet, Rod McEwen. And all those appearances eventually led to a meeting I heard about later, where they had booked 2 other Chrissy Snows for Three's Company, for pilots. Pilots is like the pretend show they do to see and test with audience, do you like this show? And neither of those girls tested well. And Fred Silverman, who was then the president of ABC, told me years later that he was sitting in the meeting, he said, I got the girl. He said, I see her on the Tonight Show all the time. She's going to be perfect. And that's how I got Three's Company. So from coming down to Los Angeles, ignorance is bliss, because I wanted to spend the night with the love of my life, Alan Hamill, led to the Tonight Show, led to my career as a writer, led to my ending up on the #1 best show in America. It'll really be worth your while watching. And I did a number on there called Take Back Your Mink. And Take Back Your Mink is from a musical called Guys and Dolls, and Frank Lesser wrote the lyrics and book for that. I don't know, but Joe Lesser, his wife, obtained the rights to the musical, and no one had ever been allowed to do Take Back Your Mink on television. And I called her, and she said, Suzanne, you are Adelaide. So it's an that's why I want you to see this footage. There's, oops, oh, I just dropped my thing. I just dropped my little white thing.
That's two.
I know.
That's two.
They're only one. Anyway,
What
interesting
a great story
story.
to tell today, because it happens to be National Poetry Day.
Really?
Come on.
Wow. Wow. I think Touch Me, my very first book from 1973, is a worthwhile read. I really do. What did I know? I knew nothing. Except it's on the floor when you're in the mood to go to the floor. Look at my handsome husband. I knew nothing, but I had a heart. I know I had a heart, and I had my little boy, and I had endured a childhood that I've written about, and it all comes together in that book, in that performance you're going to see. I'm really anxious for you all to see it and hear your comments. You're
Just hanging around.
so, and he got a new shirt today. Isn't that a cute shirt?
$29.
He's always got to say the price. He's always got to say the price.
$29.
Can you pick up my little white thing?
I think it fell off the back of a truck. Okay, Suzanne.
My little white thing?
This is the second
All
time
right, I
in
know.
an hour
I know,
you
but
dropped this.
I guess I have small ears or big ears. I don't
No.
know.
No, she just needs those new rubber things out. I keep telling you I'll get them for you, and then you say you have them.
I have them.
So should I just get them for her?
Yeah, get them for me.
No, I have them.
He doesn't know where
I
they
have
are.
them.
He puts
Okay,
things
but you
away
keep
and then he
saying
never
that
knows
you
where
know
they
where
are
they
again.
are.
You do know where they
On
are?
my desk.
All right, so get them for me, because I
I
don't
will.
like that you have to get down on your knees and do that. Although
I don't
do.
mind.
I don't mind you being on your knees around me.
I was waiting for that. Okay, well, we'll discuss.
Tell her to put the buds in her ear and rotate the straight part up,
Exactly.
Up?
and then it won't fall out. Yeah, rotate the little stick up. Like
Oh.
you
No,
put it in
I
your
push
ear, then
mine all the way
you move the
down.
little stick part up a little.
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, I rotate it up. We'll see who's right.
Mine's down.
All
Let me
right.
see where
No,
you.
not.
What?
Well, I'm just.
That's wrong.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably a little too high because
That's
it's
wrong.
a microphone too. So.
All right. All right.
Looks.
Well, I have my Suzanne Summers earrings on. Do any of you remember the Suzanne Summers, the Blue Mood? God, we did great
Anyway,
things.
if you guys are new and you've never tuned into one of Suzanne's shows, you may not know that Suzanne has a whole line of organic and toxic-free skincare, hair care, body care. She has a line of supplements and a bunch of wellness products. This is Suzanne's line of 10 toxin-free nail polish and nail polish remover. These are beautiful colors. They're chip-resistant. They go on really well. You would never know that there is something missing in this, because I figured when you were going to do a 10 toxin-free nail polish that it wouldn't be as good. I
We've
figured
got the
this
great
is one
colors.
place where you might really need those chemicals.
Look at,
But
show this one, Alan. This
their
is
colors are
Jacaranda.
Pardon?
and they're beautiful colors, and the promo code is SPRING25.
We could have
You
called
can have
that.
25% off of any of the nail products at SuzanneSummers.com.
Yeah, that's Jacaranda that he's showing you right now. What a color! Or the Spanish people here go jacaranda, but I call it Jacaranda.
That's a beautiful
That
color.
is like exactly what that color looks like when the jacaranda trees bloom.
Yeah, I can tell
So
all our
pretty.
Jacaranda trees here are getting ready. Jacaranda trees, or jacaranda, go totally ugly right before they become beautiful. They drop everything. They look like they look naked and skinny and abused. All the leaves come off, all everything except these seed pods. And then one day, little green things start coming out, like all trees, and then like a month later, whew, whole
Yep.
unbelievable color, unbelievable.
Well,
Yeah,
read it.
and the wisteria is about to pop too, Alan. Do you have a wisteria there?
Of course we have. Here's wisteria.
Right.
Why don't you
Right.
hold these two up together?
So Rita
Wisteria.
Schiff wants to know where are Al's curls?
Ah,
Laugh out loud. You know what I forgot when I went on camera just a little while ago? But
he
I
has
didn't have
different
time,
looks.
to do much, so I just put a lot of water on my hair and combed it back, so I look like a procurer.
A procurer.
Procurer.
Explain to me what a procurer is.
Well, I was joking when I used the word procurer
Yeah, it's not an easy word to
because,
say.
okay, it's
You mean like a mortician?
no, not a mortician. Oh, well, that could be. Oh, do you remember the show you did for 10,000 morticians in Las Vegas? It's this huge room, and there were 10,000 people who worked, who owned funeral parlors, and they all assembled together, nice people, and they all spoke in a whisper like this.
That's right.
Okay.
Like they're in
Hello,
the
Mr.
funeral
Hamill.
parlor.
Yeah. And the other thing that was really funny, as these things in Vegas, they have these big round tables with 12 people at every table, and in the middle they have a big bouquet of flowers, except in the middle of all these tables, the flowers were flat, like you'd put on a coffin,
Casket, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then just before the show, the guy came backstage and said, Miss Summers, we would really appreciate it if you didn't do any jokes like, we're on the layaway plan.
Or this will really kill you.
That's right.
When you're a performer, you love corporate dates because it's pre-sold out and the money is always great. So you always love to book as many corporate dates as possible. So the Morticians Convention was a corporate date for me.
That was really nice people.
Really nice, right.
They're also appreciative audiences.
Oh, gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, they've been wined and dined, and now they're going to get this show, and nobody had to pay for anything, and they're just
Yeah,
so
and
happy.
they're not jaded. It's not like when you go to a philanthropy event
Right.
and
Right.
people are just sitting and talking over the performers. It's always rude.
I remember one night at a breast cancer black tie dinner in Beverly Hills, and the entertainer was who was married to Carol Burt Bacharach.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes out. He's an incredible talent. He's had all these major hits, and the place is loaded with hoity-toity Beverly Hills and Hollywood elite, and everybody's in their fanciest fancy whatever.
The worst audience.
The worst audience. I've performed for them too. They're terrible, rude. They think they've seen everything. So Burt comes out and he starts, and he's got this 36-piece orchestra, which is such a privilege to be able to sit and listen to 36-piece orchestra. That doesn't even exist anymore. Now you get like a 4-piece band. And nobody was listening. Everybody's talking. All of a sudden, Burt went, and he stopped the music. He turned to the audience and he said, I don't have to be here. I'm donating my time tonight. I'd rather be home in bed.
He said, I'd rather be home watching basketball.
Yeah, so if you don't want to listen, we can all just pack up and go. So then everybody was quiet for a while.
For 30
and
seconds.
Then it started up
Right.
again. So terrible. I remember I did that. I performed for the Golden Globes, and that's an audience. I remember singing right to Tom Cruise and.
Oh, that's the show. You did 17 George Gershwin songs.
Yeah, was it George Gershwin? Yeah, well, one of those, or
Yeah.
one of those famous, prolific songwriters. And it was Candice Bergen who got everybody to shut up because nobody was listening.
Oh, that's right.
And Candice Bergen really had my back that night, which is nice. I haven't seen Candice Bergen in so long. Is she around? Is she working? Is she? Where's Candice Bergen?
Let me check.
Yeah.
They did a reboot of her show.
Really, Murphy Brown?
Yeah,
Really? Huh.
a couple years ago.
Well, my favorite show I've seen this week is The Elephants and the Orca Whales. Well, those are on Netflix. They're worthwhile watching. Poignant, but gives you such a appreciation for the magnificence of species that are near extinction.
Well, they said that poachers kill over 1,000 elephants a year. And if there's a baby,
There's only 400,000 left on the continent.
yeah, if there's a baby, they also get the baby. I don't want to talk about
No,
this. It's too.
no, it's a bummer. But it's
Yeah.
worthwhile watching.
Yeah.
And,
Show us the pinks, Al. Show us the pinks.
yeah. Okay, so if I were you, and you like my poppy colors, I'd go into this range here. Do they have something they can look at to see the color chart, Caroline? Or do they
Yeah,
have
on
to
the
go?
website, if you go to the website,
Yeah.
there's a photo for every color.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well,
Photo
the
for every
tangerine,
color,
the
but it's
melon,
nice
the
when you
poppy,
can
the
see them like
peony.
this lined up next to one another,
Yeah,
because then you can see the slight differences.
right, right. And then there's hair, skin, and nails. Highly recommend it. Do you not like your hair, your skin, or your nails? You will after you take these. You take 4 a day until you start seeing a major difference. And then the other, and then there's the nail polish remover, which I told you about, missing the acetate. And then this, if you only buy one thing in my line, this coconut oil. Oh my gosh, everybody loves it. I was keeping the ambassador to Germany filled up with that stuff. Here's what's in it: virgin organic coconut oil, medium chain triglycerides, safflower seed oil, broccoli seed oil, argan oil, meadowfoam oil, raspberry seed oil, nigella seed oil, and sea buckthorn berry. What do you Does he have pretty feet? And what color is this?
I think it's silver.
No, we don't call it silver. What do we call the silver one, Caroline?
Tinsel.
Tinsel. How
Okay.
could you not remember?
Okay, okay.
And you know how great this looks with your gray tones of your shirt.
Oh,
Was that on purpose, or is
Oh.
that just an accident?
Just happened.
Oh, okay. All right.
you know, I used to know this is
That's
what
a
I'm going
funny
to.
toe wave, Al.
I know. I feel like I've got a baby in my
What I'm
arms.
tell you
Oh.
is an impossibility.
Oh.
I grew up with a kid. You can, with your hands, you can separate the fingers. You know,
Uh-huh.
make
and,
signs.
And look, your toes match my fingers.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
You can't do that with your toes. But I knew a kid growing up who could do that.
Yeah.
He could separate his toes.
You could. Okay.
Okay.
Good
Fran
boy.
is calling you tinsel toes, Alan.
Tinsel toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye,
And
everybody.
of course, Jill just texted me and said we're out of tinsel.
That's probably why it wasn't here. So what's the next?
Yeah.
So
But we're into spring colors right now
Yeah,
anyways.
right.
We're doing,
right.
we've got these beautiful pinks, you've got the beautiful corals in the middle, and the lavenders. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of what you want around this time of year.
I have very strong feelings about manicures and pedicures and having my nails done and my toes done. I don't feel right if I don't have nail polish on, and I don't feel right if I don't have toenail polish on. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right. Maybe because I live here in the desert, and starting now we wear open-toed shoes a lot, and you just don't want your toes to not have a little flair, a little glamour.
You also have really nice nails, so your nails take polish really
Yeah,
well.
they do. They do. They
Yeah,
do. I'm wearing them
They do.
quite
You have
short right now,
Great
but
nails.
now I'm thinking of growing them long again. You go through phases. I've been packing up a lot of things, and I didn't like having long nails because it gets in the way of things. So anyway,
Karen would like to see the dark pinks close up, please, so she can see the difference.
hey Al, grab
Which
a-
one's the dark
Peony
pink?
and a
Yeah.
camellia
Is this
there.
it here?
Here,
Those are the
down
two
here.
dark.
Is that
There's
pink?
this, and then there's this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's another like kind of reddish one over near the orange. I'm not sure which one that is.
Well, that's
Oh, is that
the
hibiscus?
this is hibiscus. Yeah. So you can show her that too, but this is definitely
Okay.
more fire engine-y, which is my favorite kind of red. I don't like the blood reds. I like the fire engine red. The blood red
This is
colors
peony.
on me bring out the purple in my skin. We Irish
Yeah,
people have a
there
lot
you
of purple in our skin.
So
I don't like
peony
it.
is that's a true hot pink,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's beautiful, fun, happy.
right. Right.
fun, happy
Right.
color.
Oh, they're all so happy. I look at them. I'm already happy, but I look at all these and I think happier. And then, of course, for those of you who just like the
Oh, there's camellia,
yeah,
which if you've ever seen those bright, beautiful camellia bushes on the tree, it looks just like that color.
yeah, that's true. This is for that nude color, pink petals. I wear that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a great color.
It's just the disappearing color that just looks so good. Do remember though to get the base coat, put it on as your first coat, and then after you get your 2 layers of your color, then put it on as a top coat. It keeps them stronger, and it's only got good stuff in it.
And also,
Most of the stuff.
if you have problems with your nail beds being in bad shape from having gel nails, Suzanne has an amazing restore and repair base coat.
Yeah, I don't
which,
see it out here.
It has garlic oil in it, and it has other nutrients in it that
Oh, that's
restore
this.
your
I'm
nail
sorry.
beds. And,
Yeah,
wow, that works really well.
it does. It's awesome. It's awesome. A lot of women have a lot of trouble with their nails. Things affected. Medications affects the strength of your nails. Health affects the strength of your nails.
Well, Nancy Merrick Marco purchased the coral poppy and the tangerine. Love,
Okay.
love. She said she gets compliments on those colors.
Okay.
So
All right.
she likes those. Those are major Suzanne.
Yeah, these are
colors.
Suzanne colors. The melon, the papaya, this whole section.
Oh, that coral poppy is such a good color.
So pretty.
And flamingo.
Yeah. But then again, this one here is this the cornflower blue. That's kind of pretty.
I think that was what the color
You had this on last week.
Yeah,
remember, Al?
exactly.
We can see through jacaranda. That's the last one on camera.
Okay.
Oh, look how pretty cornflower is.
Yeah, so pretty.
pretty. If you were very decadent and could afford it, you could also use these to paint Easter eggs.
Oh my. Oh wow. Wow. That's
And how beautiful would those Easter eggs be?
yeah.
Laura Elizabeth Wachowski would like to see coral poppy, please.
This is papaya. Is this the poppy? This is flamingo. Sorry, Laura, I'm getting them. Pink. Oh, here it is. Great color. I wear that one a lot. A lot. Not pretty.
So pretty. Carrie Gamblin said cornflower is her favorite.
Well, that's one of Al's favorites
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye. That's me.
Chuck said camellia and flamingo are great spring nail polish colors. I have those and many of your other nail polishes. They wear so well.
Well, I saw a newscaster on today who had a different color on every nail. Just saying. I guess it was
Yeah,
an
I'm seeing that.
expression.
I'm seeing that as a trend.
Yeah.
Shujayla would like to see papaya.
Is that this? Here we go. First grab. Papaya is beautiful. I wear all these a lot on my toes.
I love that.
Yeah.
And papaya is great in a gut renew smoothie, have to say.
Yeah.
There's a
But not this
recipe
papaya.
in Suzanne's Gut Renew 30-Day Challenge program guide for a papaya and mango smoothie that has just a handful of spinach in it, turns it bright green. It's called the Green Hawaiian. It's very good.
Yeah, well, at the start of the show, for those of you who joined us later, I was telling a story about my assistant Julie's mother, who was at the hospital where she once worked, and there was a doctor or a male nurse standing at the elevator holding a bag of Gut Renew and telling her that this saved my life. My physical therapist today, I do physical therapy every other day, and she was talking about her gut and her roommate's gut. So I gave her a bag of Gut Renew, and she said, oh my God, all my clients down here all talk about the bad shape of affairs of their gut. I know what's happened. I mean, I have this theory that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I know stuff, and we're under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. And we have been so chemicalized from the food we eat, our skin care, our hair care, our color cosmetics, our nail polish remover, everything that we've been using for the last few decades is degrading our health. I believe that's what I think it's all about. That's why I started this line. I wanted it for myself. I started it for selfish reasons. I wanted to have clean everything. And once you use products that are this clean, I swear you'll never go back. You won't.
That's true.
Yeah.
And some of you have been asking. There is a photograph on the cover of Gut Renew that is a smoothie that's made with wild blueberries, but Gut Renew is a vanilla flavor. It is a plain vanilla flavor, so you can make it whatever flavor you like. If you add cocoa powder, you can make it chocolate. If you add fruit, you can make it whatever taste of the fruit. If you want to add juice to it, whatever you want. It's vanilla, so it's very neutral.
When we had this morning we had a blueberry smoothie, but then this afternoon, right before the show, we each had the peanut butter banana. Let me see, is this it here? I think, yeah, here it is here. If you get the booklet, and you can see this online, that's the peanut butter banana.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm going to lick that page.
Yeah.
And you can get the program guide separately. If you're getting the Gut Renew 30-day challenge, the program guide comes with it.
Yeah.
But if you're just getting a bag of Gut Renew and you'd like to get the program guide, you can get that separately.
Another thing here, we have with the immune support out. We have this. This is a new product we just started. This is awesome. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, it's got vitamin C and antioxidant support. Cockadoo plum, New Zealand black currant, bioavailable zinc. This is all for immune support. Phyto immune boost, prebiotic, fiber, phyto herbal blend. There's all this stuff here that's in little small print that I'll never be able to see.
Let's see if I can read it.
This is 1 spoon in a glass of water, or stick that 1 spoon in your Gut Renew. So not only are you getting the assist for the support of a healthy gut, and I can't tell you the kind of comments we have, but you add the immune support, and with what's going on in the world today, don't you want your immune system to be as strong as possible? And one little spoon of this every day will go a long way towards making you your immune system so much stronger.
Okay, a few more here. Okay.
All right.
Phyto Blend sea buckhorn juice powder, organic elderberry juice, organic astragalus extract, organic schisandra berry extract, organic honeysuckle flower extract, organic
It's a lot of stuff in there.
Jerusalem artichoke,
Jerusalem artichoke.
organic black currant phyto herbal blend,
Right.
terminalia.
Okay. At this point, it gets like reading the phone book.
But you know what's amazing about this product that Suzanne created is that number one, it's made with plants.
Yeah.
And if you look at a lot of other immune support products, usually you'll see the first ingredient is sugar and a lot of unpronounceable chemicals.
Yeah.
The immune support is made from berries, flowers, fruits, roots, and it's an immune boost that fits into it's just an easy way to have a healthier lifestyle. And
It tastes so
because
good.
Suzanne's always going to make it better than everything else that's out there. We know you need vitamin C and zinc for immune function, but Suzanne has put her zinc it's in a yeast product, and that form of zinc is more absorbed by your body than regular zinc, which just can tend to pass through. So again, she makes it easy for you, and she makes it that much better.
Well, we all, I take a lot of supplements, and thank God for the Gut Renew smoothie in the morning, because it makes taking all my supplements down much easier, because it got a thickness to it, so it kind of goes down like a milkshake. But it eliminates a lot of the supplements that I normally used to take, because it's in the Gut Renew and it's in the immune support, and so it lessens that ick factor or the gag factor of all those supplements. It's too bad we live in a world where we need to supplement what's not in our food and supplement to fight against what's in our environment, but that's the world we live in today. And that's what I bring to you, and that's why you're here with me. We're all kind of like-minded.
So Rachel and I think it's C or Seal. I'm literally at the store right now getting my bananas and cocoa for my Gut Renew recipe that I like.
That's so fantastic. Put a little peanut butter in it, a little almond milk in it, a little cocoa powder, coconut milk. I like for myself
And
a dash
frozen
of
banana.
cream.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, so
yeah,
good.
so good. The thing about the Gut Renew smoothie in the morning, there's nothing about it that says medicine. Usually smoothie protein shakes, you kind of have to hold your nose and drink it down because it tastes like chalk. Not this. You wouldn't even know there was anything in there that was good for you. It tastes so good. It tastes wrong. It tastes so like a milkshake.
Margaret Martin is asking if there's anybody out there who's lost any weight from Gut Renew. So if you have any weight loss results that you want to share with Margaret, I mean, we didn't design it as a weight loss program, but people are losing weight because if you do the 30-day challenge, it's a great clean out for your gut.
Yeah, and it goes to stands to reason that if you clean it out, the bloat will go away, right? Because the bloat is from clogged pipes.
Clogged pipes.
Clogged
Yeah,
pipes.
I lost 6 or 7 pounds.
Yeah, you look great.
When I did the 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
Of course, we've been on the Eat Every Carb in Sight for the last few weeks, and I've enjoyed every bite of it.
Yeah.
So when I come home, I'll probably be back on the 30-day challenge. But
I made last night, and Alan will, I know what he'll say. I made
Yeah.
Alolio
Ugh.
that rocked his world. Oh my God, wasn't that great?
Well, now we had two.
We had 2 whole heads of garlic.
Yeah, exactly.
Peeled
2 of
them
them.
and chopped them up. It was
I love that.
heavy garlic and pine nuts in olive oil. We have this amazing butter, and I had fresh basil from my garden and mint, and I chopped that up and put that in at the end, and cooked the quinoa pasta by Andy and Dream. If you can't have gluten, he can't. I don't taste the difference. It just tastes so good, and you don't get all bloated from it because there's no white flour in it. But I think the secret to
And no
great
gluten?
pasta is pour it into the colander and take your pot real fast so you've got some of the pasta water in there, maybe a quarter of a cup, and it's kind of white because it's got the drippings from the pasta. Man, did that make a great sauce. That was
Yeah.
so good. I was sorry when that was gone.
Yeah. Well, we had a conversation when we started cooking it. Should we cook a second box at the same time? No. One
I'm
box
glad
is
we did.
fine.
It was enough. It was enough.
Wasn't it? I could have gone for one more
You'll be happy
helping.
to know I made your son a ridiculously good truffle pasta tonight.
Oh, how'd you do it?
Well, the last time
Can you
we
put some
had
ice in here?
last week when we had
Certainly.
truffles, we had the black truffle risotto,
Yeah.
which I did in like a butter emulsion, which is probably my favorite way to do it, but I wanted to do it slightly different. So I got some homemade tagliolini pasta,
Homemade in Florence, Italy. Yeah.
and I made and it was a huge pile, and it was €3. It was crazy. And then the sauce I made with a cheese called Taleggio, which is a northern Italian cheese. It's mild, and butter and cream. So you melt a little bit of butter and the cheese and the cream, and then put just a little bit of the chopped truffle in that, and then the hot pasta, it cooks for a minute, the hot pasta gets dumped in there,
Holy
and
crap.
then you shave the truffles and a little Parmesan on top.
Wow.
It was decadent.
So when you come home, you have to make that for me, okay?
I will
wow.
happily make that for you.
Was he happy?
He was very happy.
Yeah.
We just had a little decadent, just the two of us kind of night, and then he
Nice.
put on just the two of us.
Nice.
He did one of his goofy little dances. It was
Nice.
so cute.
Nice. And what'd you do with your daughter?
It was sweet.
Not feed her?
Yeah, it was great.
What did you do with your daughter, my granddaughter? Did you not feed her?
Sorry. She was out. She was out at a school event.
Oh, yeah.
We eat the pasta when she's not around. But I roasted her a chicken last night. So
How great.
I make sure she has her good food.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we've already come up on an hour, if you can
Wow.
believe it.
Okay.
so Belt
Well-
Reckonut, it looks like, coconut milk is out of stock at Trader Joe's. They say the shortage is from Sri Lanka.
Oh.
We're depending on Sri Lanka?
Well, that's where coconuts are.
No, but they grow
abound.
everywhere, you know.
Well,
in
we
that
should say
latitude.
good night because I have.
By the way,
4
that's
guests
a-
coming over.
that's a
in
socialist
15
country.
minutes.
Not that
We're gonna
that's
have a little
terrible.
cocktail party, and I've ordered some amazing crab
As long
from
as it's-
Alaska.
Yeah.
And a lot of wonderful things. So
Oh, great.
I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to make you chicken piccata tomorrow, and I make it.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
I
Oh,
really
and
make
tomorrow
that
it's
great.
at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's at 4:00.
4 o'clock
4
Pacific
o'clock,
time.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
7
okay,
o'clock.
terrific.
7
Good
o'clock
night,
Eastern
everybody.
time.
I love you both.
Good health. I love.